بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. We are going through some incidents from the lives and Hajj of the saintly elders of Islam, so that this may be an example and warning for us to all learn from. Story number 5. The Nun Rahimahullah relates, on one Hajj journey I met a young man in the desert who was also going the same way. He was a very handsome youth, shining as the full moon, and the love for Allah drove him along. I took him under my care and said, "This is a very long and arduous journey." In poetic manner he replied, "For them that are lazy and have no urge, this journey is arduous and difficult, and for them that are filled with Allah's love, its pleasure not far." Story number 6. When the famous saint Shibli Rahimahullah arrived at Arafat, he maintained quiet and not a word passed his lips. Later he left for Mina, and as soon as he passed the borders of the Haram, tears started flowing from his eyes. And he said, "I depart from here having stamped my heart with the seal of thy love, that none thee save may enter it afresh. Oh, that I now may close these eyes of mine, until I behold the sight of thy countenance divine. No other sight my eyes refresh. Among friends that are those who are for thee alone, and there are those who have others to share their friendship. But when tears flow down the cheeks, then it is obvious who are the ones that are truly crying and who are pretending to cry. Perceive deeply the difference between an enemy and lover are, some pretend to be mad and some are truly mad." Story number 7. When Fudail ibn Iyad Rahimahullah was on the plain of Arafat, he too remained silent. And only when the sun had set did he say, "O Allah, even though you may have forgiven me, still do I bewait the wretchedness of my condition." Story number 8. Ibrahim bin Mahrab Rahimahullah says, "When I was making tawaf, I once saw a girl hanging out onto the Kaaba's cloth crying, 'O Allah, for the sake of thy love for me, strengthen my heart.' I asked her, 'Dear maiden, how do you know that Allah loves you?' She replied, 'I know that by the favors He bestows upon me to bring me to Islam, He sent the Muslim army on which He spent so much money. He brought me forth from under the yoke of the infidels and converted me to Islam and granted me knowledge of Him, whereas before I did not know of Him. O Ibrahim, it is not love.' I asked her, 'How much do you love Him?' She replied, 'I love Him more than anything else, and my love for Him is bigger than anything else.' I asked her, 'How is that love?' She replied, 'Sweeter than the sweetest wine, and more pleasurable than the fragrance of the essence of roses.' Then she recited, 'How can that man know patience, whose heart is filled with restlessness, whose tear-shedding eyes have become useless through weeping constantly, whose body burnt by the flaming fire of his love, now lean and weak does lie? What is the cure for an illness as this, and the end of a love like this? Can only be hard, especially so when arrows of mercy He lets loose.'" Story number 9. Malik bin Dinar Rahimahullah says, "I once saw a young man of very saintly countenance. Tears were continuously flowing from his eyes. I immediately recognized him as one of whom I had seen in Basra some time before. Then he was in a wealthy position, and now he seemed destitute and starving. On seeing him, tears came to my eyes to think how he was before and how he was now. He recognized me and we greeted each other. He said to me, 'O Malik, pray for me. Remember me in your earnest prayers. Perhaps Allah will have mercy on me in my present condition and forgive my sins.'" Malik Rahimullah continues, having recited these lines, he went away. The time of Hajj arrived, and while sitting in the holy Haram, once I saw a crowd of people around a man crying uncontrollably. As a result of his hysterical crying, people found it difficult in performing tawaf. I went in that direction, and behold, it was the same young man. This made me very happy. Story number 10. One saintly person relates, "Once during a very hot season, I went for Hajj. Somehow, when we had reached the desert of central Hijaz, I became separated from my caravan and lost my way. I fell asleep. When I woke up, I saw a man some distance away. I ran in his direction. He was a very young man whose beard did not even start growing. He was an extremely handsome young man. When I greeted him, he replied, "O Ibrahim, wa alaykum as-salam." On mentioning me by name, I was greatly confused and surprised and asked, "Respected young man, how do you know my name?" He replied, "Since I received ma'rifat, knowledge of Allah, I have not been ignorant, and since I have joined with him, I have never left him." I asked, "What has brought you here in this extreme heat of the desert?" He replied, "O Ibrahim, apart from him, I have no love for anyone else. Neither have I made anyone else my friend and companion. Now I am completely turned to him alone, and him alone do I consider worthy of worship." I asked, "Whither comes your food and drink?" He replied, "My beloved has guaranteed that." I said, "By Allah, I feared your destruction under these conditions." Thereupon his eyes filled with tears, which appeared like pearls as they rolled over his cheeks. He said, "Who can frighten me of destruction in this desert with all its dangers, when in fact I travelled herein towards my love, in whom is my faith. My love for him has made me restless, and my longing drives me forth. And he who loves Allah can never fear another, and when indeed hunger pangs arrive, I feel myself remembering him. And while he praises I sing, no thirst shall ever touch me. And when I weaken, his love will take me from Hijaz to Khurasan. So blame me not for my youth, for all that has to be has come." I asked him, "By Allah, what is your correct age?" He answered, "You have indeed sworn by someone who is indeed great in my sight. My age is 12 years old." "O Ibrahim, why do you have to ask me my age?" I answered, "I ask because your words have intrigued and surprised me." He said, "Praise be to Allah who had bestowed great favors, and through his special favors he has made some higher and in rank of virtue in others." Ibrahim rahimahullah says further, "The beautiful words of wisdom spoken by this extremely handsome and virtuous boy really filled me with wonder. Thus I said, Glory be to Allah, what beautiful features he created. For a time he kept his head bowed, then he lifted his face, looked at me intently, and read these lines. If I enter hell, then I am destroyed. So of what use will this shine and beauty be? From then shall my outward virtues be the cause of my sojourn in torment and hell. In wailing will I say in hell. And then the Lord shall say, O the worst of slaves, against me have you sinned, and me did you oppose. My command did you transgress, and my covenant did you forget, and so did you forget your meeting with me." He continued, "O Ibrahim, you will see that day when the face of the righteous shall shine like the full moon, and when Allah shall remove from himself the curtain of light. Then shall the obedient ones become so dumbstruck in wonder that no favor will afford pleasure like that moment. Then will Allah cover those obedient ones with joy, while their faces will shine with pleasure." Then he said, Discarded indeed is he who is cut off from friends, and whoever has joined with his Lord has gained indeed. Thereafter he asked me, "O Ibrahim, have you been left behind after losing your travel companions?" I replied, "Yes, this is how I was left behind. I beg of you to pray for me that I may indeed again meet my friends." He lifted his eyes to the heavens and softly whispered some words as if in prayer, and immediately I fell asleep, sleepy, or some form of unconsciousness overtook me. When I next opened my eyes, as I regained consciousness, I found myself sitting on my camel, traveling in the midst of my friends with the caravan. I heard my companion on the camel say to me, "Watch out, be careful, do not fall from your camel." There was no sign of the youth. When he entered Mecca, I saw him hanging on to the cloth of the Kaaba and reciting the following lines. "I have come to visit this house, and I ecstatically hold onto the Kaaba's cloak. But whatever secrets and deepest words the heart doth hold, only thou knows. On foot have I come without transport, for in sight of my youth I am overcome by love. Since infancy, when love I did not yet perceive, have my love for thee overflowed. And when they blame me for this love, then let me in fact in love. Lord, when my death does overtake me, for sure with thee shall I be joined." Finishing off, then he fell down into sajda in ecstasy and remained thus for a long time while I looked at him. And after some time I went to him, shook his body, and found my consternation that he had died. Ibrahim rahimullah says, at his death I felt very sad. I hurried to my place of residence to fetch a cloth for his coffin and took with me 2 helpers to assist in burying him. And when we came to the place where I had left his body, there was nothing. I inquired, but no Haji could tell me anything. I thus understood that Allah had hidden his body from the eyes of men. I therefore went home, and I fell asleep. I saw a vision. There I saw him in front of a very large gathering of people, and he was so handsome and shone like the full moon. I asked him, did you not pass away? He replied, yes, indeed, I have died. I asked, I have searched for your body, that I may dress the coffin and bury it, but could not find the body. He replied, O Ibrahim, I was dressed and buried by him who took me forth from my birthplace, made me love him, and separated me from my beloved relatives. And he has not made me in need of anyone's help. I asked, and what has Allah done to you? He said, verily Allah did bring me in front of himself and asked me what I wanted. I replied, Lord, thou art the object of my search, thou art my goal. Then Allah said, you are indeed my true servant, and nothing shall prevent you from getting all that you desire. Ask, and it shall be given to you. I replied, O Allah, I desire that thou accept my intercession on behalf of everyone living at this time. Allah granted me that. Ibrahim rahimahullah says, then this body in my dream took leave of me by shaking my hand, and I woke up. I completed my Hajj, but could not get this youth out of my mind. Thinking of him made me extremely restless. In that frame of mind, my caravan and companions took the journey homewards. And all along the way, my companions used to say to me, O Ibrahim, we are amazed and surprised that the wonderful smell of scent from your hands. It is said by the narrator that this story that Ibrahim rahimahullah's hands used to continue to smell so fragrantly until he died. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also accept our intercession, and may we also be granted the intercession of Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. May Allah be pleased with us. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.
لا إله إلا الله سيدنا ونبينا وشفيعنا وحبيبنا وسندنا ومولانا محمد رسول الله صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. لا إله إلا الله، 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 لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا إلا الله 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 لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا الله والله 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 الله الله والله 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 الله هو الله الله هو الله الله هو الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا الله 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 لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا يا رب صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته لكل هول من الأهوال مقتحم الله حاضري الله ناظري الله معي الله حاضري الله ناظري الله معي الله حاضري الله ناظري الله معي أستغفر الله أستغفر الله أستغفر الله أستغفر الله لا إله إلا هو لا إله إلا الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحاب سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك اللهم أنت السلام منك السلام تبارك يا ذو الجلال والإكرام سبحان الله بحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا كريم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك يا مصرف القلوب صرف قلوبنا طاعتك اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في دين والدنيا والآخرة اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من الهم والحزن ونعوذ بك من العجز والكسل ونعوذ بك من الجبن والبخل ونعوذ بك من غلبة الدين وقهر الرجال اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من عذاب جهنم ونعوذ بك من عذاب القبر ونعوذ بك من فتنة المحيا والممات ونعوذ بك من شر فتنة المسيح الدجال أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لله والحمد لله لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت بيد الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. رب نسألك خير ما في هذا اليوم وخير ما بعده، ونعوذ بك من شر ما في هذا اليوم والشر ما بعده. رب نعوذ بك من الكسل والسوء الكبر. رب نعوذ بك من عذاب في النار وعذاب في القبر. أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لرب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك خير هذا اليوم، فتحه ونصره ونوره وبركته وهداه، ونعوذ بك من شر ما فيه والشر ما بعده. يا أرحم الراحمين، يا أرحم الراحمين، يا أرحم الراحمين. محاسبك فضلك رمسا تمام تمام جناك وعفو المالجة. يا أرحم الراحمين جتني بجناك يوم تمام وعفو المالجة. هم سبك مكر فرمانجة، بوري مرك مكر فرمانجة، تمام مرحومين كل مكر فرمانجة. يا أرحم الراحمين كسي إيك بمحرومنا كيجة. يا أرحم الراحمين رحم فرما بلفظ كرامكم عمله فرما. يا أرحم الراحمين هم سرادي هوجا، هم سخش هوجا، अपनी रज़ामंदी नसीब फरमा। या अरहमर राहिमीन, हमारी टूटी फूटी ज़िक्र को कबूल फरमा लीजिए। अपने ज़िक्र पाक से हमारे दिल को साफ़ कर दीजिए, हमारी दिलों को नूर से मुनव्वर फरमा लीजिए। ज़िक्र की अनवारात बरक़ात अमरात हम सबको नसीब फरमा। या अरहमर राहिमीन, हमें अपनी क़ुर्ब मारिफ़त अता फरमा। ज़िक्र पर हमें इश्क़ मुदावत अता फरमा। हर नेक अमाल करने की तौफ़ीक़ नसीब फरमा। नेक अमाल की लज़्ज़त हलवत शौक़ व ज़ौक़ हमारे दिल में पेश फरमा लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, गुनाहों से बचने की तौफ़ीक़ नसीब फरमा, गुनाहों से हिफाज़त फरमा। हमारे दिलों में गुनाह की नफ़रत और कराहत पैदा फरमा लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, अगर गुनाह हो भी जाए तो फ़ौरन सच्ची पक्की तौबा करने की तौफ़ीक़ नसीब फरमा। या अरहमर राहिमीन, परेशान हालों की परेशानी को दूर फरमा। हाजतमंद की हाजत में मदद फरमा लीजिए। जो लोग कर्ज़े में डूबे के कर्ज़े से छुटकारा अता फरमा। जो लोग बीमार है, हॉस्पिटल में है, तमाम को मुकम्मल शिफा कामिला आजिल मुस्तमिर और दायम नसीब फरमा। या अरहमर राहिमीन, जो लोग ज़ईफ़ है, बुरे हैं, तमाम को सेहत तंदुरुस्ती खैर आफियत से नवाज दीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, पूरी दुनिया में जहाँ भी मुसलमान परेशान मुब्तला है, जिन पर जुल्म किया जा रहा है, तमाम की हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, उनकी मदद फरमा। या अरहमर राहिमीन, उनकी मदद फरमा। या अरहमर राहिमीन, नजात अता फरमा। या अरहमर राहिमीन, खुसूसन हमारे भाई मुसलमान बहनों और यतीम मासूम बच्चों, अहले फ़लस्तीन, अहले गज़ा की हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, की जान माल इज़्ज़त आबरू औलाद मकान जायदाद कारोबार दुकान हर चीज़ की हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, ज़ालिमों के हाथों को जुल्म से रोक लीजिए, ज़ालिमों के दिलों में नरमी पैदा फरमा लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, उन्हें हिदायत अता फरमा। अगर उनके हक़ में हिदायत है तो हिदायत फरमा लीजिए, नहीं है तो उनको एक को चुन चुन को हलाक बर्बाद कर लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, शाम, फ़लस्तीन, अफ़गानिस्तान, इराक़, उइगर, रोहिंग्या, कश्मीर, हिंद, सूडान में, पूरी दुनिया में या अरहमर राहिमीन, जुल्म सितम का खात्मा फरमा लीजिए। हिफ्ज़ अमन को फैल दीजिए। ज़ालिम हुक्मरान से हिफाजत फरमा। आदिल मुनसिफ हुक्मरान नसीब फरमा लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, हरमैन शरीफ़ैन की हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। मस्जिद अक़सा की हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। मस्जिद अक़सा की हिफाजत करने वाले की हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। अरबस्तान की हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। पूरी दुनिया की हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। लड़ाई जंग वदवा से हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। शरीरों के शर से हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। हासिलों के हसद से हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, हमारा ज़माम रहीम साहब, हज़रत मौलाना बिलाल साहब की हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। उनकी जान माल इज़्ज़त आबरू सेहत इल्म वक्त हर चीज़ में बरकत फरमा लीजिए। उनकी सारी दीनी खिदमत और कुर्बानी कबूल फरमा लीजिए। पूरे मुल्क उनके इल्म फ़यूज़ मुस्तफ़ीज़ मुंतफ़ी फरमा लीजिए। हज़रत मौलाना रहीम साहब तमाम हुज्जाज हाजियों की हज की कबूल फरमा लीजिए। उन्हें हज मकबूल हज मबरूर अता फरमा लीजिए। पूरी सफ़र वापसी उन्हें सही सलामत खैर आफियत से नवाज दीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, हमारे यूके के दुनिया भर के अकाबिर उलमा इकराम और जितने भी लोग जिस तरह से दीन की खिदमत कर रहे हैं, तमाम की हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। तमाम को बेहतरीन अल्लाह जज़ा खैर फरमा लीजिए। हमारे दीगर अकाबिर जो आपके प्यारे रहमत में पहुँच गए हैं, तमाम को अपने करीब रहमत नाज़िल फरमा लीजिए। लाखों करोड़ बेहद रहमत नाज़िल फरमा लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, जिनके माँ बाप इंतकाल हो चुके हैं, या रहमत अपने भी अपनी घड़ी की रहमत नाज़िल फरमा लीजिए। उनके कब्रों को नूर से मुनव्वर फरमा लीजिए। उनकी कब्रों को जन्नती बाग बना दीजिए। जिनके माँ बाप हयात हैं, उनको माँ बाप की सही तरीके से देखभाल खिदमत करने की तौफ़ीक़ नसीब फरमा। माँ बाप की दुआ लेने की तौफ़ीक़ नसीब फरमा। हमारे भी बच्चों को भी नेक और सालिह बना लीजिए। आँखों की जन्नत खुशी के ज़रिया बना लीजिए। हाफिज़ आलिम दीन का दाए खालिम बना लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, हमारी टूटी फूटी ज़िक्र कबूल फरमा लीजिए। टूटी फूटी दुआ कबूल फरमा लीजिए। या अरहमर राहिमीन, हमें दुनिया और आखिरत की हर खैर अता फरमा। हर शर फितन फतून से हिफाजत फरमा लीजिए। रब्बना तक़ब्बल मिन्ना इन्नका अंtas समीउल अलीम वतुब अलैना इन्नका अंtat तव्वाबुर रहीम। वसल्लल्लाहु तआला खैर खल्क़ि सय्यिदिना व मौलाना मुहम्मद व अला आलिहि व अस्हाबिहि अजमईन। آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.